Alright guys, what's up? Welcome to the NQ Mastery course. I've actually named it NQ Mastery course because I'm essentially giving you guys a master's degree in NQ with this course. Right, so we've got 30 plus videos here, and let me give you guys a quick introduction to the course. First, right, proof of concept, so you guys know what I'm teaching in you here, what I'm teaching to you guys here. I'm actually applying this to make money, right? At the time of recording, I'm currently up 60K in the past 3 days across my 5 top step XFAs. And the concepts from the higher time frame to lower time frame, plus the risk management I used in the challenge phase, plus in the live phase, all of that is included in this course. Okay. Each video is extremely important and may be referenced in later videos, so it's important to watch all of them, okay? Do not Netflix watch this course. Have your pen and pad in hand or your note-taking app on your laptop or whatever. This one course can really set you free, and I mean that when it comes to NQ, because it is really easy and has really repeatable price action signatures, which are really easy to spot, okay? Each lesson and each concept is chosen specifically for application on index futures. Nothing in this course is placed randomly, okay? Some titles or concepts may be familiar to the advanced student. However, its application to index futures is very important and everything should be watched thoroughly. Now, whether you're somebody who goes with a dynamic versus a mechanical approach, right? Because each trader is different. Some traders are more mechanical, some are more dynamic. Okay, whether you're a dynamic or mechanical trader, okay, who is more in line with free flowing and looking at the chart and just trading in line with the bias, that's a dynamic trader. Or if you're somebody who just needs a checklist, right? You just need these 5-6 points and then you can execute. This course offers both to you, okay? But you also need to understand what type of trader you are and what just resonates with you, and that will make things a lot easier. In core concepts, we're going to talk about some specific futures intricacies, Nasdaq futures intricacies, essentials of price action. These are fundamental building blocks that you need to just understand price action on all the perspectives, and a complete masterclass on liquidity. There's 4 to 5 episodes in core concepts which are based around liquidity, and I promise you guys, you're not going to find a better liquidity breakdown anywhere on the internet. Long-term perspective, we're going to be looking at the building blocks in price action to derive a high time frame bias. The focus will be on the very next high time frame candle's direction. We're not looking deep into the future. We want to be able to answer one simple question. What will the very next high time frame candle do? Okay, now if you guys stick with this, right, and don't try to look deep into the future and just stick with what will the very next high time frame candle do, it's going to aid you very well. And obviously as the course goes on, you'll understand why. On an intermediate term perspective, we're going to go in depth into key price action details you need to trade in the direction of the very next high time frame candle's direction. So the intermediate term perspective is the price action and the analysis on how you get to the drawn liquidity or to trade in the direction of the high time frame candle. That's what we do on the intermediate term perspective. Lastly, the short term perspective, lower time frame price signatures, timing for your trades, sessions and specific time windows, models that you can use, and confirmations for executing the trade. Okay, risk management and psychology. Okay, the most important part, right? Risk management will always be the core foundation to profitability. It is the key to profitability, and blended with what's presented in this course, I honestly find it very hard to believe anyone can't find profitability if they apply themselves. Okay, technical edge does not make you profitable. No matter how good it is, you could have the greatest technical edge in the world, but with shit risk management, you will get nowhere, okay? So risk management is also the solution to most psychological issues such as fear of missing out, revenge trading, fear of execution. And that will make more sense how they are intertwined, risk management and psychology, once we get to that portion of the course.